If you've always been the strong one, nobody ever pauses to pour back into you. As you look back, when did you notice that you were the strong one? Was it that you were that ride or die friend who came to everyone's rescue or defense when the school bully tried to rule? Or maybe you were the oldest child or single mother who was always taking care of everyone else and making sure they were good, but secretly crying in the shower or weeping on your pillow at night, thinking no one would notice and you were breaking on the inside. Perhaps even you're the one who couldn't cry at your loved one's funeral because you had to keep it together and make all of the arrangements. There are several ways that we as women get that strong woman title. We may be the leader at our church, on our job, we're the boss, we're holding down that C-suite position, we're highly educated, or we're that one family member that made it and everyone comes to you. Either way, being that strong woman can be weighty. Us strong women tend to be dependable, intelligent, organized, often very resourceful, but who is holding you down while you're holding everyone else in those areas? Being the only person of color is another prime example that many women experience in your class, on the job, and you don't have room to make mistakes. Hence, I gotta be strong. I can't let them see me sweat. No matter how the strong one role came about, it's weighty. And so the question becomes, what's the cost? How has that served you to keep carrying that role that you didn't necessarily sign up for, but somehow it's followed you throughout life? I like to ask my clients another way. How's that working for you, being the strong woman? And much credit to you, right, for being able to hold things down, but it can lead to several things. Perhaps it leads to people being more dependent on you. And so that makes me feel overwhelmed, depressed, stressed, burnt out. It can lead to your own health problems where I'm neglecting my appointments. I'm neglecting taking care of the things concerning my body, that nagging pain that I may be feeling because I have to take care of everybody else. Or even an increase in depression, anxiety, hopelessness, helplessness. And in practice, sometimes I've even seen carrying that strong woman mentality has led to suicidal thoughts or substance use. That is the cost of being the strong woman all of the time. And once again, keep in mind, being that strong woman has served a purpose. It's gotten us thus far. However, there comes a time when it is okay to ask for help. I know that it can be scary to ask for help because perhaps you've been criticized for asking for help, or you didn't want to be looked at sideways for asking for help, or perhaps you even asked someone and they failed you, so you figured, I'll just do it on my own. Other reasons we can tend to struggle to ask for help is maybe you've gone through a divorce or watched your mother or aunt go through a divorce and you vowed, I am never depending on anybody else to help me out of my situation because dependence looks like weakness. In actuality, though, it's okay to ask for help. And therapy is one space that you can do that with no judgment, no shame, no shade. You get the opportunity to offload what you have been carrying. And no, you're not crazy. No, you're not weak. You just need support. You poured into so many, and so therapy is a space for you to be poured back into. Have you ever heard the phrase, I can't pour from, or you can't pour from an empty cup? We can't, right? Because then we're running on E. And so therapy is that space for you to be poured back into as you have poured into so many. In therapy, you can also learn ways to set boundaries because sometimes this is something we struggle with being the strong one. We can't say no because everybody's used to coming to us. We can also learn ways to delegate. Let other people take on the task. And there's freedom in delegation and freedom in saying no. We can let others handle the project at work or caretake for that loved one or at least share the responsibility. We can let others transport, finance, you fill in the blank, whatever it is that you have been carrying as that strong one. Therapy is a space that helps you be able to sort through those things and find healthy ways to let some of those things go. Think of it this way. If you weren't here Who would do all the things that you've been doing as that strong woman? Usually somebody is able to do it. If you're on a job and you pass away, God forbid, they're going to hire somebody else, right? And so those are things that help us remember it's okay for me to let go of that strong woman role. You've been the emotional support, intellectual support, financial support, and physical support for so many that hasn't been reciprocated in many instances. And it's okay to relinquish and reduce those roles that are depleting you. Take a moment and take an inventory. Find ways to refill yourself as you are the one pouring into others. As I said, you are allowed to resign from your title of CSO, Chief Strong One. Guess what happens when you do that? It helps lower stress levels. And keep in mind, the goal is not to eliminate stress altogether, but it at least helps restore some of that calm that you need because you don't have to have it all together. Be in control all of the time. Be that strong one. So start putting it down with my free Stress to Calm Reset tool at calm.myserenepath.com.